Vale. Pues ahora tenemos que ir ahí arriba. Ahí arriba o... A ver eso... No, vamos para arriba. Esto es un orco, ¿no? Salió un evento ahí. ¿La música? Esto es un comerciante. Villa da Torre.
There are dead orcs lying in the defensive trenches and strewn over the meadows in front of the city. Some of the locals are busy throwing the bodies on pyres, while others repair the minor damage done to the city wall. You enter the city and the garrison at its centre without being spoken to. It is only when you reach a heavy oak door that leads, you assume, to the commanding officer's headquarters, that you are halted by a guard.
Dwarves, eh? Seems we aren't to be spared anything these days. What do you want?
Vosotros también habéis tenido problemas con los orcos. No sabía que Torre Alta fuera tan grande. Me gustaría hablar con vuestro comandante.
It looks like you've got an orc problem.
Had. Our scouts detected the army early on, and we were able to repel them without any great losses. A small army of orcs like that couldn't breach our mighty walls.
Your mighty walls look like they're about to collapse under their own weight!
The soldier isn't intimidated by Boindil. He juts his chin out confidently.
At least they stopped the orcs, unlike your dwarven walls in the north. Huh.
I didn't know that Steepleton was so big. Impressive place.
We have fertile meadows. That's what we have to thank for the city's growth in recent years. At the time of my grandparents, Steepleton was nothing more than the tower on a hill with a couple of houses. Now we have a market, a temple, and of course, there are royal messengers stationed in the tower, which doesn't do the city's coffers any harm at all.
Me gustaría enviar una paloma mensajera al lote y...
I must speak with your commander.
Commander Valor doesn't have time. He's still very busy dealing with the aftermath of the orc attack.
Commander Valor is dealing with the orc problem, and I have important information concerning it. I witnessed a meeting of the orc lords.
The guard eyes you with interest and tries to judge whether you can be trusted. Finally, he stands up, opens a door, and enters the room ahead of you. The commander looks up from his work. The guard repeats what you told him.
Your information about the orcs could be useful. We have fought them back, but not yet defeated them. Come in.
The commander listens attentively, and now and then asks questions, as you tell him about the 3 orc armies and the meeting of the chieftains with the Alcinthoras.
This sounds very grave. I will send out messengers. We must be prepared.
The orc army that attacked you was able to escape?
What was left of it? They headed south. Unfortunately, I can't send anyone after them until the damage to the wall is repaired.
To the south? Towards Scalebrook, perhaps. We defeated an army of orcs down there. It wasn't an easy fight, but they'd already taken a bit of a beating. By Steepleton's soldiers, I assume.
The commander looks at you and seems torn for a moment. Then he pulls himself together.
Perhaps you didn't know, but the administration had a bounty on the heads of that horde of orcs. Here, this gold is well deserved.
No, toma por culo. De puta madre. Te voy a enviar una paloma mensajera.
Would it be possible to send a carrier pigeon to Lot Yonan in Yonandar?
Lot Yonan the Magus, certainly. And as you crushed the orcs, I'll waive the fee. Let me send for a scribe.
Thank you. But I can write the message myself. Paper and ink will be sufficient.
The commander nods. You don't blame him for thinking you're illiterate. Very few ordinary folk can read or write. Once the writing materials arrive, you write down a summary of what happened at the meeting of the Alf and the Orcs on a tiny piece of paper. A messenger takes the note, nods, and leaves the room.
We must press on. Farewell, Commander Valor.
Kill as many orcs as you can, dwarves. Palandir will be with you.
Muy bien, ando dinerito. No sé para qué lo quiero, pero bueno. Taberna. Podría acercarme ahí antes de subir a la taberna esa. Incluso pasó luego por ahí.
While taking a rest, you see a cart trundling along the road not far away from you. A young couple are sitting on the box seat, clearly in love and more interested in each other than the rest of the world around them. The sight reminds you of a long, unanswered question.
So, I was wondering, what do female dwarfs look like?
Pretty. Very pretty.
Uh-huh.
You were expecting a little more information.
Do they have beards?
No, I would say it's more like fluff. Oh, very attractive.
And what do they do? I mean, are they warriors too?
In our kingdom, most take care of domestic life. They take the animals down to the meadows in the valleys, make sure the larders are full and that there's plenty of good beer, and make our clothes. It only ever causes problems when men and women stand shoulder to shoulder in battle. Some of them are talented stonemasons and smiths, and beware of insulting their skills. They are no less proud than we are.
Vale. Vamos a la taberna.
By the evening campfire, Boindil rummages around in his rucksack and pulls out a cheese wrapped in a cloth. He sticks a fist-sized piece on a spit and grills it on the fire.
There's nothing better than grilled cheese at the end of a long day.
The smell it gives off makes you hold your breath.
Oh, it smells like my socks after weeks of marching in my boots.
Oh, picky, are you? Hardly surprising, considering you were brought up by humans. It's ruined your taste.
Boindil holds the stinky cheese at the end of the stick under your nose.
Eat, and stop complaining.
You pull the warm piece of cheese from the stick. It tastes dreadful. Your fingers will smell of it for the next few days, and probably your mouth will too. You arrive at a crossroads with a tavern on the corner. A warm light is emanating from its window, lighting up the road around it. A stone sculpture of a sheep stands in front of the door, and above it a sign, swaying gently in the breeze, reads, "The Stone Sheep."
El texto no sale. Fíjate dónde estás y observa los alrededores. Entra en la taberna, ignora la taberna y continúa tu vida.
You observe the surroundings, but the road is empty, and no one leaves the tavern. You notice a broken window on the first floor, which has been boarded up with planks. Something wet drips onto your nose, and you look up to the cloudy sky with a bad-tempered expression.
Huh. Why are we standing here and just getting wet from the outside?
You enter the tavern with a determined stride, and are greeted by a thick wall of pipe smoke. The dozen or so drinkers at the tables turn towards you, then give each other astonished and slightly worried looks.
Echa un vistazo al resto. Siéntate en una mesa así.
In the tavern, there are half a dozen people sitting at the tables, and just as many at the bar, clearly farmers and labourers from the surrounding villages. Boindale pays no attention to the other guests and trudges over to a table. Together with his brother, you follow him and sit down. The landlord comes out from behind the bar.
What can I get you?
You hear surly muttering from one of the tables.
What are groundlings doing showing their faces here, now of all times?
Ojo, no le paso a ese tío. A la mesa de al lado. ¿Por qué resulta tan particularmente extraño que estemos aquí ahora? Por favor, una cerveza para mí y para mis amigos. ¿Qué tal si pago una ronda? Han pasado por aquí dos viajeros. Uno era fámulo y el otro un mercenario. ¿Dos viajeros? Ah, sería el tipo este que estoy buscando. Déjame ver lo que vendes. Queríamos una habitación para pasar la noche. Déjame ver lo que vende primero. Provisiones. Tengo 38. Joder, vaya puta mierda. Al beberla se sanan puntos de salud. El libro recibe un poco menos de daño durante un tiempo. Es que yo sé, no sé si se gasta, supongo que sí. Provisiones hay que comprar unas pocas. ¡No! Me cago en Dios, la puta mierda esta. Comprar 12 por lo menos. ¿Cómo 142? Pero no vale 2. Pone aquí que vale 2. Ay, estaba comprando de más, coño. 12.
Did two travellers pass this way? One was a famulus, the other a mercenary.
The landlord shakes his head indifferently and mumbles something incoherently. One of the guests is about to say something, but shuts up when the person next to him gives him a poke.
Ahí, ¿qué vas a decir? Casi pago una ronda. Vamos a hablarle al payaso este.
You turn to the guest who'd muttered something about groundlings.
And why is it so strange that we're here?
The man glances up briefly and then stares drunkenly at his tankard and mutters with a slur,
Don't play the innocent. The orcs are terrorizing our lands. And whose fault is it? You let them in.
I was not at the stone gateway, and I don't know what happened. But you can be sure of one thing. Dwarves would never cooperate with orcs. We kill them no sooner than we say them, or my name isn't Boindle Doubleblade.
The drunkard and his neighbour are given a start. They mumble an apology and turn their attention to the beer in front of them.
Habrá abierto la puerta el otro. Invito a la peña, que les den por el culo.
I wouldn't mind a pint of ale.
The landlord nods and takes the twins' order too. Shortly after, he returns with your beers and puts them down in front of you.
Is that all?
Y una habitación sencilla, ¿no?
We're tired and long for a proper bed.
Of course, gentlemen.
You spend a restful night in the tavern and then head off on your way again.
Vale, vamos para arriba ahora. Voy a pasar por aquí a ver qué pasa. Y aquí hay un convaleciente. Vamos a dar un rodeo por ahí. Y se pira el hijo puta. Y ahora vuelve. Será cabrón. Vete a tomar por culo. Sí,
You
ahora sí.
arrive at a small, bustling village. One thing is clearly missing from the lively scene. The sound of metal on metal from the village smithy that would normally be heard above everything else at this time of day. A dour, grim-looking man is sitting in front of the forge with his right arm in a sling. His expression brightens as he sees you, and he jumps to his feet.
Dear dwarves, could I interest you in helping me in my workshop for a day?
The man's expression is somewhere between desperation and hope. As you don't answer immediately, he continues.
You will, of course, be royally rewarded for your work. I can offer you 100 gold pieces.
Sin monedas sí, cabrón. ¿Qué te ha pasado en el brazo? Te ayudaré, pero solo por una paga mejor.
I'll help you. I worked in a forge for a while.
You modestly conceal that in this case, a while means almost a whole human lifetime. A little later, you are standing in the workshop, examining the smith's inferior tools, while he fires up the forge and prepares everything for the job as well as he can with just one good arm. You weren't able to persuade the twins to help you. As warriors, they'd rather go hunting, Boindil declared. But you think it's more probable that you'll find them drinking beer. But you don't care. You're excited about being able to smith again after such a long time. Hours later, you have forgotten everything around you. The heat of the forge, the sweat on your warm skin, the play of the flames. You're in your element, and work as if in a trance. The smith left the workshop ages ago, with a satisfied grin on his face.
Wait, I'm talking to you.
You look up in surprise. Everything but the beating of the hammer had ceased to exist, and you didn't notice that someone has come in.
Can you do it?
You immediately dislike the middle-aged man. He sounds you out so doggedly with his light grey eyes that it feels as though he wants to look right through you and into your deepest thoughts. The man points to two horses.
Those two, in 1 hour.
¿Quieres que hierre esos caballos? ¿Qué pasa con los caballos? ¿Puedes hacerlo? ¿Puedes hacer qué? Muy bien.
These two need shoeing. Oh, no problem.
The man doesn't look convinced, but you get to work with confidence after examining the horses' hooves. Two more armed men are standing next to the horses, sizing you up. You concentrate on the work. The only sound you hear is the melodic beat of the hammer against the anvil. You keep track of the armed men out of the corner of your eyes. You suspect they are mercenaries. While you're fitting the third horseshoe, another armed man enters the forge and speaks in hushed tones with the leader of the group.
He's the only one here.
The man nods in your direction, and you quickly shift your attention back to the work. You play it cool and complete the work. As the leader of the mercenaries pays you, you have the feeling that he is trying to transfix you with his eyes. The men leave the workshop without a word.
So, you're mercenaries, I take it?
You're only trying to engage in conversation, but the man looks at you incredulously, as if he didn't expect dwarves to be able to talk.
Something like that.
Got lots of work? Oh, do you know anything about the armies of orcs from the south?
We can't complain.
The man's tone makes it clear that the conversation has ended here. You carry out the work in silence. As the leader of the mercenaries pays you, you have the feeling that he is trying to transfix you with his eyes. The men leave the workshop without a word.
Sigue a los hombres escondidos, céntrate en el resto de tu trabajo. Si es que voy a fallar, si no me da jodido. Pero la verdad es que ya acabó el puto trabajo. Me fallé al 100%.
The men join a larger group of horsemen, more than a dozen, outside the village. You stay hidden and listen.
Not here in the village. Go. Search the road between here and Clintal again.
The other mercenaries nod and the group rides off. You can't make head nor tail of what's going on here, but you don't like it.
Camino que conduce a Clint.
You tell the twins about your encounter, and they decide to be especially vigilant over the next days. You spend the night in the smith's house and move on the next morning.
Bueno, una experiencia. El camino que lleva a Clint. Clint, vale. Voy a pasar por ahí. Pero casi seguro. Van a estar aquí los hijos de puta estos. ¿Están aquí o en la otra? Bueno, estaban en la otra. Tenía que haber pasado por aquí. Ahí es Nudin. Ahí es donde iba alguien, no me acuerdo quién. Bueno, no pasa nada. Comida para 20 días, tío. Si tenía 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, bueno, que comen 3 al día, joder. Tengo que haber comprado más. Uf. Claro verde.
You approach the village and can tell even from far off that something isn't right. The smell of burnt wood and death is in the air.
A ver, si están todos muertos o qué.
By Vracus.
The piggies have really shown those pointy ears. We couldn't have done it any better.
Stay alert. I want to find out what happened to Guren.
The elf maiden's graceful snow-white face still radiates beauty, in terrible contrast to the rest of her appearance. From the neck down, she is nothing more than a blood-red, damp and glistening skeleton. There are long nails sticking through her thin bones, and where her beautiful eyes once were are now gaping black holes.
¿Pero por qué se mueve la cámara sola? Aquí sale una X, pero no hay nada.
The hand that painted this picture was that of a master. It is composed exclusively in shades of red, but every single little detail is painstakingly and precisely reflected. Trees, the remains of buildings, bodies. You hesitate.
Joder, ha leído el
This
final
picture
solo.
portrays the village in its state of ruin.
Examining the canvas more closely, you realize that it is actually made of skin, and the red paint seems more than suspicious now.
Tira el cuadro al fuego. A tomar por
This is the most disgusting thing I have ever seen.
Espere.
You have read about the elves and their buildings. This here had always just been a small example of their architectural skill, which achieved
Yeah, que era un pueblo
perfection
de
in Alandur. Now burning and ruined, the pavilion makes an even sadder impression.
Hoofprints burned into the ground.
On fire?
The fire in Boindill's eyes flares up with delight.
Huzzah! That would make a change from those stupid Peggies. Did you hear that, brother? We might get to test our blades on Tion's pointy ears.
Green Glade was one of the few places in Girdlegard where humans and elves lived together. You don't see any elven features among all the faces contorted with pain and fear. You look away.
todo el mundo muerto aquí.
The smell of the smoke has accompanied you for a while now. But here, so close to the bodies, it is masked by the sweet smell of death. You have a bitter taste in your mouth and have to pull yourself together to avoid vomiting in disgust.
¿Puedo pasar por aquí? ¿No? ¿Cómo entro, coño? Ah, por aquí. Joder, pero la cámara, tío, o sea, es lamentable. O sea, si no veo nada. Observar los libros. Observar el cuerpo.
The body of the man is riddled with arrows and is lying in a small patch of undamaged ground, while a sea of flames must have raged in a circle around him. The robes remind you of those of Lot Yonan's famuli. This, plus the fact that the man used magic, makes you quite sure that this is Garen.
¿Qué es Goren?
Goren had these books on him when he was attacked. Was he trying to bring them to safety?
Your eyes fall upon a sealed letter next to the books. The circumstances seem grave enough for you to break the seal.
Greetings, Toga. I am glad to hear that you finally wish to confide in Lot Yonan. I have found out something new about the demon. It's all written in these books. I think they are the key to his destruction, or I hope so, at least. Yours faithfully, Goren. What demon are they talking about?
You instinctively think about how the magical barrier is only a few days' march north of here, and beyond it, Varakas only knows what kind of creatures live in the Perish Land.
You destroyed my painting. Now I need fresh blood to paint a new one.
Huzzah! This will be fun! We finally get to fight!
I hope your blood doesn't clot too much. It has to be nice and fluid for my fine brushstrokes.
Ha! How do you plan to defeat us, pointy ears? There are 3 of us!
Oh, only 3. That makes it easier.
She looks over the corpses.
Othar and Luas Buanre!
What's happening? That's the perished land.
Impossible. Greenglade is south of the barrier.
I know of nothing else that can resurrect the dead. Knock their heads off or they'll keep coming back. Huh?
El caballo este también me mata. Acaba con todos los no muertos, acaba con algo y el corcel.
All right. Huh? On my way.
No. ¿Qué coño era esto de aquí arriba?
Yes? At once.
Tú ahí.
Yes?
Y tú... Ahí.
And what now?
Huh?
Vale, a ver.
Huh?
Está con los muertos y el caballo y está con el elfo.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
¿Qué ha
Yes.
pasado este tío? Vaya hostia, anda.
What is it?
Yes?
Huh? Huh?
Dios. ¿Qué pasa? Se ha vuelto loco. Pero ¿por qué no sale el...? No lo puedo controlar, tío.
Huh?
Yes?
Si se vuelve loco y no lo puedo controlar.
Uh-huh.
Huh? Too easy! Don't rush me! I'll be ready soon!
¡Se le va!
Don't rush me! I'll be ready soon! What is it? I'm not that quick!
Yes?
A ver qué cojones hace.
Yeah! I didn't hit you very hard! Yes? Don't rush me! And what now?
Es el puto caballo de los cojones.
What is it? Who's next? Ha-ha! Another one bites the dust. What is it?
Yes?
Está bien, este está jodido.
They're hitting me pretty hard! I need help over here, quickly!
Huh?
Estoy jodido que te cagas.
Huh? Huh? He hardly put up a fight!
Yeah!
Dejarme en paz.
Yes?
And again!
And what now?
Yes?
Oh, you didn't hit you very hard! Huh? What is it? Yeah! Too easy!
Huh?
Joder. Estoy pasando canuta, Juan.
Ow! Another one bites the dust. I'll be ready soon.
No va eso, tío, yo no sé ni por qué.
Don't rush me. And what now?
Huh?
No demasiado, yo aquí. ¡Puta!
What is
Este
it?
está bien. Este es el que está ahora jodido.
Huh? And again! Huh?
Huh?
Ha caído el otro. No, este todavía.
What is it?
Uh-huh.
Yes? Who's next? I'll be ready soon.
Aguanta, coño.
And what now?
Yes?
Bueno, que estoy moviendo esto y se mueve la cámara a la vez.
What is it? Yeah!
Pero un tío tienes que aguantar.
Don't rush me. I'll be ready soon.
Mira que no está listo esa puta
Don't
mierda.
rush me. What is it? Oh, you did me a very hard. Huh? Huh? Too easy.
El puto caballo de los putos. Me han tirado.
Hardly put up a fight!
Levanta.
I wasn't expecting this.
Me han derrotado. ¿Pero qué dices? Si está vivo el de arriba y este también. No he entendido nada, tío. Se supone que tienen que morir todos para perder. La otra vez me cayó uno y seguí luchando. Ahora cae uno y ya pierdo. Aparte que no puede usar la reliquia el tío ese, no sé por qué. O sea, el tío este no usa esto. Está bugueado. ¿Qué coño pasa? No entiendo por qué he perdido, la verdad.
What is it? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Con este...
On my way.
Yes? What is it?
Huh? At once.
Huh?
Este nada.
Huh?
Pues es que este tío está
What
reventado
is
de
it?
volver.
What is it?
Yes?
Este está bien. Está
Yes?
bien. Pero no te metas, coño.
Uh-huh.
El elfo se ha pirado,
Yeah!
Hay que mantener la
What is it?
posición.
What is it?
Huh?
Who's next?
Nos revienta el elfo. Me cago en Dios.
Huh?
Yes?
Yes? Fine deal. I could do with your axes over here. I didn't hit you very hard.
Pero usa esa puta mierda ya, hombre.
And what now?
Hay que tosigar al puto elfo todo el rato. Si no, lo revienta.
What is it? Yeah! Put up a fight! Ow! Hey!
Madre mía, es que lo matan a este, pero literal. Uy, este está reventado también ya.
Yes?
Yes? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Huh? Yeah! What is it?
Madre mía, es una...
Yes?
Yes? You cheated!
O sea, que no puede morir ninguno, tío, en serio. Pero esto es jodidísimo, ¿eh? Es que con el puto ese dando por culo... La vida que te quita... Esto es imposible, no me jodas. O he llegado muy pronto, con poco nivel, o no entiendo nada.
And what now?
Yes?
Este que ir por el culo aquí. ¡Mátalo, coño!
What is it? What is it?
Está en modo loco.
Huh?
Aquí otro stun. Mierda.
Yes? And what now?
Too easy.
Toca ataquen a ese.
Yes?
What is it?
A melee todo el rato ese.
What is it?
Huh?
Ah!
¿Cómo tiene un stun al caballo de los cojones?
Yes? I didn't hit you very hard.
Huh?
Este sigue en modo loco. Este está en el puto suelo.
What is it? Pow! Another one
¿El
bites
puto
the
caballo ese
dust.
se cura o qué pasa?
And what now?
Huh?
What is it? Too easy.
¿Dónde está el elfo que no le veo? Está ahí. Mira por el elfo siempre.
Huh?
Pero tío, ¿este le voy a poder controlar algún día o...?
Ah! Yeah! Yes!
Dale una hostia. Buena.
What is it? Ah!
Yes, yes, so.
Este sigue bien.
Huh?
Voy a dar por culo a ese tío. Se ha ido otra vez. A por él.
Pow! Another one bites the dust.
No hay que dejarle ni mover.
Yes?
Yes? Yeah!
And what now?
Who's next? Too easy.
Joder.
Huh?
Huh?
Joder, otra vez ha ido.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah! Yes?
Le dio la vida al puto caballo.
I didn't hit you very hard.
Joder, se ha vuelto a ir, macho.
And what now?
Tengo que ir con esto.
Too easy.
Un stun bueno aquí.
Huh?
Y este... Puedo tirar este, ¿no? Sí.
What is it?
Y este... No.
I didn't hit you very hard.
No,
Yes.
mátalo, coño. A ver si tirando movidas de estas.
Huh?
En cuanto se mueve esto, salto.
Yes?
Huh?
Joder, estamos...
What
con-
is it? Ow! Hey!
They're hitting me pretty hard.
Yes?
Madre mía, estamos jodidísimos.
Huh?
Pow! Another one bites the dust.
Huh?
Huh? Yeah! Too easy! And what now?
Huh?
Es imposible, tío. ¿Dónde está? Buah.
What is it? Yeah!
Tiene que ir este.
Huh?
Yes?
Huh?
Matarlo, coño.
And what now?
Vamos,
Huh?
y este igual.
What is it? Huh?
Yes?
Huh? What is it?
No tengo nada que usar. O se muere o me voy a la puta calle.
I just need
¡Joder!
a little rest.
Es imposible, tío. Lo he hecho de puta madre, tronco. Es que hay muchísimos, tío. Es que no entiendo cómo es tan difícil esto. Es que he llegado demasiado pronto, tío. A un nivel de mierda o qué. Porque es que no lo entiendo. Esto es chunguísimo, tío. Me tiro contra las putas hordas. Pues es que hay que hacerle focus a ese tío.
Understood.
What is it? As good as done, huh?
Otra vez.
Uh-huh.
Joder, me tira el caballo, tío.
Yes?
Increíble.
What is it?
Yes?
Yeah! Huh? And what now?
No me ha ido ya.
Huh? I can't do that yet.
Puto caballo.
What is it? What is it?
Tirando mierdas y este aquí luchando con este.
Yeah!
Uh-huh.
Más jodido está. Puto caballo dándome por culo. ¡Levanta, coño!
I didn't hit you very hard.
Wait a moment. And again.
Huh? And what now? Yeah!
Huh?
Yeah!
Joder.
I can't do that yet.
Está jodido este tío. ¿Qué pasa?
He hardly put up a fight. I'll be ready soon. What is it?
Uh-huh.
Ow! Another one bites the dust.
Está medianamente bien. Este está jodido.
And what now?
Huh?
Yes?
Yeah! What is it?
Yes?
What is it? And what now?
Huh?
Huh?
Madre mía.
Don't rush me!
Who's next?
I'll be ready soon!
Huh?
Yes?
Ah! Oh, he didn't hit you very hard! Too easy!
Está jodido.
Yes?
Este está bien.
What is it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, he didn't hit you very hard! Huh?
Yeah!
And what now?
Yes?
Yes?
What is it?
El caballo no es que por boluda,
Huh?
Too easy! Huh?
Este va aguantando. Este no.
Huh?
Yes?
What is it? And what now? Huh? Damn it! How many
Dale,
more
por la espalda.
are there?
Uh-huh. Please wait a moment. I can't do that yet.
Este va
Yes?
bien. Este está reventado ya.
Don't rush me!
Madre mía, tío, si es que no me dejan en paz, tío.
Yes?
What is it?
Who's next?
Huh?
Huh? At once.
Joder, macho, tengo demasiados aquí.
Yes?
A ver si aguanta este.
And what now?
Uh-huh.
Está sacando canotas ya, Demasiada gente aquí.
He hardly put up a fight.
What is it?
What is it?
Huh?
Estoy jodido con este.
Oh, he didn't hit you very hard!
Mierda, ha venido el enfoque.
And what now?
Uh-huh.
Huh? Yeah! Huh?
Uf.
Yes.
Okay. Estoy aguantando.
Another one bites the dust. I need help over here.
Está curando, yo creo, tío, el cabrón.
What is it? And what now?
Mira eso. Salto al hijo puta este.
Uh-huh.
Y este me come. Vamos, aguanta, coño.
What is it?
Sí se aguanta.
And again.
Hay que dar por culo. Salto.
Yes.
Este aguanta.
Huh? Vile creature.
Uh-huh.
What is it?
¿Cómo va este hijo de...
I didn't hit you very hard. And what now?
Saltarle a este tonto. Y este aguanta.
Yeah.
¡Hijo puta! Un stun ahí.
Huh? Pow! Another one bites the dust.
Está bien, ¿dónde está el elfo? ¿Dónde está el elfo? Se ha muerto ya.
Yes.
What is it?
Está bien. No juntarse.
Put up a fight.
Hostia, aquí.
What is it?
Uh-huh.
Está bien, este está bien.
Yes. And what now?
Está por el caballo.
Yes.
What is it? Who's next? Find you! What you do with your axes over here? Hardly put up a fight! Huh?
Huh?
Too easy!
Por el puto caballo de mierda. Vamos,
Yes.
que lo conseguimos.
What is it?
Yes.
What is it? And what now?
Está el puto suelo, hostia. Puta.
Huh? Huh?
Huh?
De loco. Vale, el puto caballo ese cabrón.
Yes? And what now?
Yes.
A tomar por culo.
And again.
¿Ya?
What is it? Huh?
¿Quién fue?
Who's next?
¡Fu! Madre mía. No le a lo mejor dice, macho. Ah, que está vivo.
Dwarves,
You protected the glade.
La madre que me parió, qué chungo era esto.
The perished land. The barrier has fallen.
You can feel your stomach cramping. Unlike Boindale, you can't say a word.
Damn, mate, I only had one job!
So this is what it is like to rise from the dead. I feel nothing. I am left with nothing. My love, my beauty, my home, and my forest. Everything has been taken from me. I beg you, have mercy, and put an end to my suffering.
Without even being able to look into her eyes, you recognize the sadness in the elf maiden's expression. The dignity that she must once have radiated can only be imagined in her current state.
¿Cómo pudieron los albos conquistar Claro Verde? Decapita a la oreja picuda para acabar con su agonía.
Garen was here, and I've heard that you elves have special abilities in battle. Did the Alfar take you by surprise in your sleep?
I felt her presence. But when I confronted the elf, she had already killed the first of us and resurrected the perished land. It fills humans and dwarves with a hatred for life. It turns you into beasts. They charge through the village like a fury, and everyone that they killed became one of theirs.
If the perished land spreads further south, then Nodon won't need any orcs, ogres, or Alfar. One human losing their life in the perished land would be enough for the madness to sweep through the land like the plague.
Your stomach turns, but you know that it's right. You've never seen the twins looking so serious. They would pit themselves against any army of orcs, but this is something beyond their power, and yours.
We need the Magi. They must rebuild the barrier. We must go to Lot Yonan before the Perish Land spreads further. He will know what is to be done.
Neither of your companions objects.
I can't believe it. The barrier has fallen. How could that happen?
Who can tell? Anything could go wrong with all that hocus-pocus.
It had held back the Perish Land since the fall of the Fifthlings. Reinforcing the barrier whenever it loses power is the primary duty of the Great Magi. I can't imagine how Nodon or anyone else could have broken through it.
You think of the demons mentioned in Garen's letter. You wonder whether it could be possible that a demon from the Outer Lands might possess powers so great that even the 6 Magi weren't ready for it.
Una experiencia de la hostia. 5 y 4. Joder, se he pillado de nivel ya. Me cago en 10. Salto de ataque o carga. Carrera de salto. Vamos. Diría que la carga, la verdad, pero es que el salto es muy bueno. Para ir posicionándote. A un lado los enemigos. Y echa a un lado la zona en la que utiliza. El salto, ese es que mejora. O sea que con el otro tengo salto. Es que mejor el puto salto. Quita un poco menos. En vez de salto más grande, mira, salto de calle. Un anillo con una inscripción en el interior. 23 de comida. Relación mejorada, 10%. Mucho dinero que no me vale para nada. Vale, ahora que... Hay que ir a Lothian. Salvar a Peña por ahí y viste unos jinetes sospechosos en la aldea de Roca del Día. No sé por qué. No tengo ni idea. Pues hay que ir ahí. Salvamos fueron esos. Esta es la taberna. Y me han atacado por aquí estas aldeas. Vine por aquí, debería estar en este camino. Es que aquí también hay sitio para irse. Porista, es que en Porista no está.
Every evening since you left Greenglade, you have looked at Goren's books and tried to prize out the knowledge that they hold. But now, you must admit to yourself that you can't decipher them. They are written in the learned language for high magi, and Lot Yonan didn't teach you that. However, you're sure that the books are important. Why else would Goren want them sent to Turga the Fair-Faced? You put them away with a sigh, and your eyes remain on the bag that Lot Yonan gave you. Did Goren ask Lot Yonan to return the magical artifacts in the pouch? You pick up the pouch and look at it.
Lot Yonan forbade me from opening the pouch.
The hamlet of Sungird certainly lives up to its name. You arrive as the sun sets behind the tower of a Palandial temple, lighting up its stained glass. There's a shop in the village, and through the window, as well as some everyday objects and food, you also spy a shelf full of books. A small bell rings as you enter the shop. The twins look around, but seem rather disinterested, until they discover a couple of gemstones on display. On the wall to your left is the bookshelf you saw through the window. It's quite unusual for a village shop to sell books.
A ver lo que vende, se ve bastante, sí.
You stroll towards the bookshelf and read some of the titles written on the spines of the books. You know many of the works from Lot Yonan's library.
Oh, by fracas, look, dear brother! The scholar really is looking at books!
It's an interesting selection, Boindle. I could make some recommendations for you.
Boindle throws his arm around your shoulder and pulls you slowly away from the bookshelf.
What if someone sees you? Here, this is more our kind of thing.
You follow him reluctantly and are shown the selection of gemstones.
El negro causa un poco más de daño durante un tiempo. ¿Ustedes saben si esto... Compra la comida. Todo. A 92 días comida. Vamos a mirar esto. Vale, vamos a ir para abajo, a por esta. Yo creo que sí.
Just like previous nights, you are haunted by the image of the elf maiden nailed to the tree in Greenglade. You wake from your sleep and look around you. The night is unusually dark. Despite your good dwarven eyes, you can only make out Boendal's outline, even though he's keeping watch only a few steps away. You're about to lie down again, but suddenly feel something cold against your throat. Next to you, the pale face of an elf slides into view.
Good evening. I'm afraid we missed each other in Greenglade, so my companion had to receive you on her own.
Intenta pedir ayuda, intenta liberarte. No digas nada. Me cago en la puta que parió.
You want to speak, but the blade is pressed against your larynx, and you can only manage a wheeze.
Shush. You don't need to talk. I'm not going to kill you. Not yet. Do you know what I'm going to do instead?
You feverishly search for an answer, but you can't even imagine how an Alfar thinks.
I will kill everyone who means anything to you. I will destroy your life, and you will sink into hopelessness, groundling. Your downfall is called Synthoras.
You tense your muscles, readying to defend yourself, but suddenly realize that the blade against your throat has disappeared. You look around, astonished. The elf is nowhere to be seen. You look over to Boendal, who is easy to recognize in the bright moonlight. Next to you, Boindil smacks his lips in his sleep. You touch your throat, and when you don't feel anything, you breathe out, relieved.
Just a nightmare.
At least that's what you tell yourself. But you don't close your eyes for the rest of the night.
¿Esto qué es? Cortelares. Me voy a pasar por aquí antes. Este sigue jodido, tío. Aquí no hay nada, tío.
You reach Parista and go straight to the seat of the Council of Magi. A worried and grim-looking guard bars your way.
Sorry, we are not to let anyone into the palace.
The guard looks around nervously.
Lightning bolts. A couple of days ago. Not like in a storm, but in all the colours of the rainbow. On the next day, we were told that the Magi had all departed again, and Master Nudin was not to be disturbed. No one has been allowed in the palace since then. Not even us.
The report of lightning bolts doesn't particularly worry you. On the contrary. If the Magi have travelled back to their kingdoms, it can only mean that they were able to reinforce the barrier. You are eager to hear Lot Yonan's account in the vaults.
Oh no, vamos para abajo. Prado blanco.
Boindale unwraps his dwarf cheese again and cooks it on the fire. When he offers you a piece, you take it.
I knew we'd make a dwarf of you in the end.
You chew on the cheese so you don't have to answer. It tastes better than you first thought.
Está bien ese tío. Bien. A ver, podemos pasar por la taberna. Por aquí no hemos ido. Nada. Muela de molino. Nada. Claude Meadow o Alex.
Clute Meadow is recovering from a recent battle. Green-skinned corpses are being incinerated on dozens of pyres. Some of the buildings were damaged, but repair work is already in full swing. You hear some villagers talking about the attack. It would seem that King Tilligorn's cavalry had protected the settlement and destroyed the army of orcs. But the cavalry have already returned to the capital, Talborough.
Sudoeste. 15, 15 qué. ¿Qué es eso de 15, tío? ¿Me queda Talbot o qué coño pasa? Porque tengo que ir en 15 antes de que... Hostias, no puedo bajar por aquí, ¿eh? Me cago en la hostia.
Axeldale is shrouded in an eerie silence as you approach. There's not a single fishing boat on the river, and many of the houses are now just burnt-out ruins.
The big-nosed beasts have made a grim job of it. Seems they don't like fish.
Boendal gives his brother a reproachful look. There are dead bodies everywhere, but it seems to you that there should be more of them. For a brief moment, you hoped that the villagers had fled. But then you realize that the orcs were probably hungry after their victory, and your stomach turns. Boendal lays a hand on your shoulder.
Let's go. There's nothing more we can do for these people. But maybe there are others we can help.
¿Qué es eso de 15, tío? Está aquí lo de 15. Es que no entiendo, tío. Ponen cosas y no te explican qué coño es eso.
Once you reach the top of the hill above Goodwater, you can see what is left of the village. The sea of red-roofed tiles has given way to a forest of burnt black ruins.
¿Y cómo puedo ver el libro ese donde ha escrito? ¿Ha escrito aquí? No puedo ir ahí, macho. Necesito saber eso de ahí abajo. ¿Cómo coño lo puedo decir? Si no me da la opción el puto mando. Vale, habría que pasar por ahí o no sé qué. A ver qué pasa aquí.
You see a light through the trees some way from the path. It inevitably brings to mind your encounter with the woodcutters. You tell the dwarves about your encounter with the woodcutters and how you intimidated them.
Ha! Very dwarf-like, but I think we'll have to teach them a lesson anyway. Humans are not our enemies, Boindel.
You must confess that you'd have liked to have taught the woodcutters a lesson, but Boendal is right.
Beating up humans is not our mission.
But a harsh glance from you and Boendal silences Boindil. You continue on your way with a furious Boindil trailing behind.
Seguimos para abajo.
Why are the Magus' vaults here in the middle of nowhere? And why does the Lord of Yonandar live in a vault and not in a castle?
It's to do with the magical fields that spread out under Girdlegard, so the 5 magical realms are found where the fields are at their strongest.
And that's why he lives in the vaults? To be closer to the underground magic?
No, it's more to do with security. 200 students of magic and well, a source of almost unlimited magical energy. The Magus thought that an underground vault was a more suitable place to train than Master Nudin's tower in the middle of Parista.
Tengo mucha comida ya, me cago en Dios. ¿Estos son orcos? ¿Qué coño es esto? Hay orcos ahí encima, ¿no? Es que tengo mucha comida para llegar ahí.
As you near Calmstead, you see that the surrounding fields are in flames. The sound of fighting reaches your ears. You hear the screams of the villagers and the roar of the orcs.
Que matar a esos hijos de perra. Me dan comida.
still people in the houses!
Let's get them out of there, and quickly.
Vale, pero ¿puedo moverme o...? Pide a los aldeanos 20 antes de que las llamas acaben con ellos, tío. Joder.
What is it? Yes?
Yes?
I didn't hit you very hard! Huh?
Huh?
¿Dónde están los putos aldeanos? Que no lo veo.
He hardly put up a fight!
Please wait a moment!
Tío, ¿esto qué hace?
What is it? What is it?
Yes?
Huh? Huh?
Yo no veo a los putos aldeanos. Se han hecho de ahí arriba.
Uh-huh.
What is it? Yes?
He hardly put up a fight!
Too easy!
Huh?
And what now?
And again!
I didn't hit you very hard! What is it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah!
Kill!
Yeah! Huh? Huh?
Yes?
Who's next? Another one bites the dust.
Puta.
What is it? Yeah!
Creo que se va por aquí.
Yes?
Huh? Vile creature!
Me lía un poco aquí subiendo aquí.
And what now? What is it?
I need help over here! Quickly! Yes? I need help over here! Quickly!
Too easy! Huh?
Ahí.
Yes?
Pero bien ahí.
Who didn't hit you very hard?
Uh-huh.
Another one bites the dust. And again.
Fuera.
I didn't hit you very hard. Now? What is it?
Yes?
Hostias.
Another one bites the dust.
Han muerto 6 por el fuego, tío, pero es que... ¿Dónde coño están? Tenía que matar gente, tío.
¿Ah?
Huh? Wanda! Give me a hand! I can't do that yet!
Too easy!
Kill!
Yeah! What is it? Yes? Who's next?
No sé, la peña va muriendo por el fuego, pero es que no sé, yo no sé cómo matar más rápido.
And what now? Pow! Another one.
He hardly put up a fight!
Huh? Who's next? What is it? Huh?
Huh?
Too easy! Huh? Pow! Another one bites the
¿Tengo que
dust.
hacer algo aquí o qué? Tengo que hacer. La peña está muriendo. Este no para de darse golpes.
What is it? Huh? And what now? Too easy.
Tengo que romper esto.
Huh? I didn't hit you very hard.
Yes?
What is it? Too easy. Yes?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No me he enterado qué ha pasado, tío. O sea, has muerto demasiados aldeanos a causa de las llamas de las casas incendiadas. Ataca las casas, las puertas de las casas. Me he dado cuenta que voy a atacar las casas. De todos modos, no sé. Me está atacando la gente. Mucho tiempo no me han dado, vamos.
Huh?
And what now? Huh?
Uh-huh.
Huh? Yes? Yeah!
Huh?
La puta casa.
Yeah! Too easy!
Hay otra casa.
Who's next? And what now?
¿Se ha roto la casa ya?
And again.
A romper esto.
Huh?
Y ya ha muerto uno, qué más, No hay nadie.
Pow! Another one bites the dust.
Yes?
Huh?
Fire!
Vile creature! He hardly put up a fight!
Ow! Another one bites the dust!
Vale, esto va arriba.
Huh?
Siguiente casa.
What is it? Too easy!
Joder, pero esto es idiota, tío.
I didn't hit you very hard! What is it? I'll be ready soon!
Pero si luego lo matan aquí.
Yeah! Huh?
Me fui a la puta casa.
Huh?
Huh?
Yeah! And what now? Yes?
Yes?
Vile creature!
Mates a la persona, cabrón.
Who's next? Too easy!
¿Se han salvado a qué casa o no hay casa?
I didn't hit you very hard! What is it? Huh?
En otra casa.
Huh?
Killed! Vile creature!
Too easy!
Killed!
Pow! Another one bites the dust! Huh?
Rompe la puta casa, coño. Vaya. Queda una casa allí.
Yes?
Yes?
Vile
Too easy! And what now? Huh? What is it?
Gente aquí.
He hardly put up a fight.
Salvar aquí a esta peña.
What is it?
Uh-huh.
And again. And what now? Who's next? Huh?
Yes?
Yes.
Luego está muriendo en combate, pero... ¡Puta!
Vile creature. Uh-huh.
¿Quién queda? Ah, aquí.
What is it?
Huh? I didn't hit you very hard. Who's next?
¡Hijo de perra!
Yes? He hardly put up a fight. He hardly put up a fight.
Another one bites the dust. I didn't hit you very hard. Pow! Another one bites the dust.
Huh?
Venga, saca a esos hijos de puta de ahí.
Huh?
Ostras, es que había que sacarle de las casas, tío. Nos he acordado igual.
As soon as the last orc is killed, you and the twins free the remaining villagers.
It would seem the stories are true. Dwarves really are the best orc killers. We don't have much that we can offer you. Maybe we can rustle up some food.
Eso es lo que quiero, comida. Joder, macho. Es que necesito comida.
Thank you. We gladly accept the food. It'll help us on our journey.
You say goodbye and continue on your way.
Coño, una poción curativa pequeña, le voy a lanzar a unos puntos de salud. Una concha brillante casi sin valor. Una concha brillante casi sin valor que aquí no está. ¿Dónde coño está? Ah, aquí. Esto que pasa en el equipo, ¿no? Pero, claro.